Hello, greetings everyone. Greetings United States. I'm gonna try to make a clear video to you today. Today my focus on this video, the purpose of this video is towards custom service. First of all, I wasn't aware that young women that have a economic circle or are trying to get married through any type of religion's way or any type of cell that involve religion or any department that are mixing themselves with society and human beings, that you were in charge of the whole world. That's why, and even if you aren't, or if you weren't, I just want to let you know that whatever, anytime that any situation that might had happened between me and you that may took any situation in the past personally out of your own profession, job, activities, and took out of me by creating a gathering of women to destroy my credit life and my social life and everything. I just want to let you know that I wasn't aware that you were in charge of the whole world. I cannot give you this affirmation because I wouldn't like anyone giving me such a affirmation towards myself or my life in either. But I can tell you that you are like basically 80%, 75%. I sometimes you're 75, 80% in charge of the world. Don't go greedy thinking that you are in charge of the whole world, that because you're not. Probably as I'm speaking right now, there's a bunch of you laughing and making fun of me. For you it's funny because you're sitting on top of church, banks, credits, you have criminals, everyone in your side. I'm by myself, I'm alone. I had my life trapped. I'm gonna start telling the world about my life, but first I want to let you to know, I want you young girls that are going to take care of technology, telecommunications, telemarketings, credit reports, you that handle bank frauds, police, you handle everything. You manipulate police, you manipulate the bosses in police, you manipulate the engineers, how they should build things, where they should build, what they're gonna build, what they should waste, what civil construction they should leave behind, who should die, who shouldn't. I see now, I see you. But first, before I start talking about you younger women, young girls, and some still fat ass in my business stalkers, illegal stalkers, women that you will wander throughout neighborhoods and then you gossip about my privacy, you laugh about my body, you make fun about my body and the past lives that many of you worked on building so that this very day you could sit at home with your fat ass and make fun of me. Why I try to struggle looking for help throughout the world as I see everyone turning their backs on me. But I'm gonna start by sending this message to America. Okay, here I am, America, United States of America, USA. Since I was a little kid, I always dreamed to go live in USA. I always had a crush in the country, not sexually, but as people, as human beings. I never sent you any messages. I never had the balls to sit here and make videos about Americans or to you because I know Americans now. I lived around you for 10 years. Besides to being stalked by black people, most of them Brazilians, most of my stalkers and criminals that bug my life 24/7. They are blacks. They are planning on taking over the internet and my life and everyone else. They have a series of many different types of concepts, and crime concepts, black people concept, crime concept, and if you go on, they're gonna try to mix you with so many more. Black DNA, the way people walk, the way people talk, they try to control everything. They have a big black, sometimes muscle fighter, black men wandering throughout neighborhoods and downtowns throughout the world, and they have his mother, his fat ass mother, tiny fat ass mother, and so many women from like farms, and black women that wander throughout downtowns. They spread drugs, they spread crimes. They whisper people's thoughts, bad thoughts. They suggest people's thoughts. They are crime suggesters, and no one can touch them because they are the majority. They are like the mass. They are blacks. They keep connection to themselves in the point of crime, whatever they are, either metros, transportation, buses, bus stops. They are into the favelas, ghettos. They are in everywhere. So of course we cannot generalize and say that all black people are bad. I have admiration towards some black people, but the problem about talking about black people, first of all, we always refer to them in the wrong way. I'm referring to them as black people right now. It's because I'm mad at them. But for you that think that you can live life without a black people, it's going to be very difficult for you, because I'm living without them for a long time now, and it's very hard. I used to have a lot of friends that they were black. They're fun. They're good friends sometimes when they are friends. But most of our life troubles are made by this type of people. And then if you ask me, oh, okay, so this conversation is not about United States. Well, you have to understand that most of the United States is run by black people. These people are in the streets. They are harassing people in the streets. They're harassing kids at school. When they're not harassing kids, they're sending a fat guy, white trash, to harass other guys. They're always measuring men and the weakness of men, so that men become effeminate and end up giving up on life and become gay or either transvestite, because they start limiting men activity, so men stop living as a man. If you notice now, no men run any business anymore. Like very few men run business. It's not business now. For men to run business, it's exclusive. I'm trying to run business, and every time I try to run a business, the community of black people, darkness, start working themselves against me, and they destroyed my image, not only socially but economically, principally. So here I am sending to you a claim. Now I'm not claiming, because when you use the word claiming, you have to be in church, and I'm not being part of any church right now, because I haven't discovered any church that I can live around people. All the churches that I've been around, people are all fake. Not every single one, but the majority of them, they're all fake. They were spending my lifetime working on gossiping about my life. So I thought to myself, if this bunch of people are gonna be gossiping about me, and I can hear them gossiping about me, their indirections is so loud that I even can hear they speaking nicknames now towards me in loud voice, and I'm not making any money. Why am I gonna waste my time being in this facility? So I came to understand that I was the one being pushed out from Christian church. I've been in one church in Tiburon, California. I really liked the pastor in there. He was very peaceful. But because Brazilian immigrants in San Francisco, California, Marin, in all the states and cities throughout the United States, they are making gatherings, and they are working in this secret crime under the table to destroy lives like mine and so many others. My hands are tied. And the only community I can talk to and ask for help and call out for help, it's the United States. But then There is my history of custom service throughout my life. So here I am repeating to you again. I did not know that the majority of business and stores and the malls and restaurants and all that, I didn't know that that was only focused on get women to get married, or gold diggers, or get women to meet rich men, or the black people that are rich, that are running the business or running blocks and everything, or Jewish, they are buying the whole. I didn't know. I thought I was free and I had the same rights as everyone else. And the police in the United States gave me so much authorities, showing me that I was worth it, that I could work on myself, that I could believe in God, and a place that God prepared for me. California did this for me. And after I left San Francisco, after the black people set up, Brazilian black people, they set up my life against me. They create a bunch of fake things against me until I left the United States, until I lived in the United States. They still doing it right now. I'm gonna go through that, and then from now on, I'm only gonna make videos about custom service to expose all these people, because I know in the future the real police, the universal police, will bust each and every one of those criminals. And I hope that whoever is out there that might be making fun of me, look at this video until the end.
WhatsApp.
Until the end, because someday I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get over of all this situation that many of you put me into. So now I'm gonna continue with the video. The custom service once again. Listen, I am from Brazil. Now I am trapped in a little city. It's called Villa Clores. It's a little ghetto place that it's fulfilled of ghetto people throughout myself here in my house. They build many houses about my family in a strategy way, so that I could be trapped around this negative and ghetto and criminals. So I don't know if my family planned this against me, but this is what they did. Brazilians, they have a plan on incriminating one guy. They killed so many already. They say that, oh, we're gonna do only against one, but it's not true. They kill many guys that they incriminate when the guy tried to flee throughout jungles, or any other routes that we try to flee from when this start getting worse. They kill him in the process. It's throughout the whole situation in the internet. You can see, you go on the internet and you look at crime in Brazil, you're gonna see a mass of murders. It's awful. And I even want to bring this to you because probably you are in the United States running the same business. I live there. I know Americans, they don't have time for this stuff. A busy person, important families, I know the system. I know the money flow. I don't need to put you into world poverty, crime, Pablo Escobar, Colombia, South American, cocaine, history stuff. No. But one thing I have to tell you though, they made a stereotype of my life from San Francisco, California, United States. I was married there. I have a record in the United States. I don't know if the people that set up my life for failure, they are in the police and somehow they destroyed my record, but I do have a record. And I want to come clean to you to show you that I am an honest man, that I no longer want to be a part of this pothole Brazilian society that they are 24/7 focused on my privacy. They are focused on my private parts in my body. They recently learned how to use their thoughts to manipulate and provoke others' thoughts and our private body parts, because I can explain that too. They are dying to understand how the process works. But poverty is, when you teach poverty how to use their mind and their bodies, they get so excited. Instead of making more research and helping other people to understand themselves and others, they start crucifying and torturing other men and single men like me so that they can spend their brains and their minds freely without paying for any school or paying their loans on the banks for the school that they did, the college. They quit, they drop schools, and they start torturing people. They start surrounding and harassing kids in school so that kids can give them shortcuts of what later on they will make a mess on the trails that we try to follow. For example, right now I'm in a bicycle. I started riding a bicycle because one time I was in the United States. I saw a guy riding this type of bike. This bike is called fixed bike. Brazilians are very negative. Whatever I do, they create whatever I try to do work to make money, they make like a competition to, usually it's a black guy, until I give up because they're trying to run me so hard that I'm gonna end up becoming a homeless or something, and they're trying to make me beg, as I see a bunch of them are begging throughout downtowns. So they're trying to push me to help them destroy every single money flow throughout Brazil and every single flow throughout any states in Brazil. So they are trying to destroy all our flows throughout our downtowns. And then these black people and these ghetto people, they wander throughout neighborhoods throughout the whole day, destroying our flow. And then later on, they go through their ghetto little spots that they invaded illegally, and then they create their own little stores and little supermarket stores, so that after they vandalize our cities and our downtowns, and then they're trying to make their little places cute and stuff, so that if anytime soon or anytime in the future we start having tourists again, which I doubt it, any crazy American can come to Brazil nowadays days, unless if you escort throughout what is best to see. But other than that, I wouldn't be crazy enough. And trust me, I'm your friend. If you're American, I would never give you a bad advice. I've been there. You treat me like a king, so I would love to do the same to you. Here I am in Brazil. I'm trying to work with bicycle. They're killing people that ride bicycles in the streets. I said thanks many times to the criminals why they don't kill me. If you kill me, there will be a series of consequences towards you. I just want, if you're a criminal and if you're watching this video, I want you to know that whoever, it's not you that is doing the attitudes that you do. This is not you. I spoke to you in dreams and spiritual life and so many other ways. This is not you. There is a fat woman running your business. There is teenagers, girls that run your business. They run your brain, they run your mind, they run your body expression, they run your speak, they run what you should speak. They're the ones suggesting what you should speak. They force you to fight guys in the street. They force you to create a mentality that whenever you see me or any other person, you have to confront them. For example, I used to do jiu-jitsu. I have friends in the gym. I try to get back to the gym to start working out and do fights again. But energy in Brazil, the jealousy and the envy is so much. They're working towards making me quit working out and not run or ride a bicycle. They're trying to make everyone become fat and stuck in one area, especially inside their homes. They're preventing people to go out to feel the sun. They create many cute videos and they put it on the internet to show the world that what I'm saying it's a lie, but the truth in reality is not what they show in videos and little soap operas, because soap operas, they are made in Rio de Janeiro or São Paulo. They have a pile up of a gathering of like a exclusive people, money washed throughout Brazilian soap operas. And soap operas, they are throughout the world among other criminals, New Jersey, Miami Beach, and all this is Washington D.C. Special places like Philadelphia, places that are run by the crack, cocaine, heroines, and all the places that are run by drugs. These people, they are run by sometimes one guy. And like I said before in many other videos, I don't have anything to do with drugs, but I see that many teenagers, they are becoming obnoxious, they are annoying, they are throughout the neighborhoods. For example, in my situation here, I live in a place, I'm alone, and then I have a couple of stalkers throughout my neighborhood. The majority of people surround me, they're all blacks, and they all live, and they have emergency small little house that they build for emergency throughout little ghettos. The police, local police, believe to be needed of this type of people, because they believe that if there is no criminals, there will be no police or police needs, which is not true. I saw the United States, there wasn't that much crime, and police is still getting paid, they still going to work, they still riding. You can achieve the best of yourself. I think it cuts here, but I think if my video caught, it's meant to be caught. I don't think, maybe the police, they are into all this, and I have the proof, so maybe he doesn't want me to speak about him yet. So let's change the subject here. So I am in a place it's called Vila Clóris, Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. If you turn the video right now, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I lived in the United States for 10 years. I built a life in there. I did not know that I was being watched by many people, especially from Brazilians, stalkers, that they are immigrants in the United States. And what I discovered about Brazilians in the United States is that Brazilians, they study people that are illegal there, which was my situation back in the day. I was married to an American woman, and I had the stalkers stalking me, and I had no idea, because I did not know how the brain really worked. I had many times that the United States tried to communicate with me in so many other levels, but I did not have the knowledge or the understanding. For example, I have a billions of dollars worth of business ideas in my brain, but I don't have the place to start this business, nor I have the financial situation to start a business like this, because the Brazilian illegal criminals, immigrants, they destroyed my social image in the United States, San Francisco, California. I don't know if my image is destroyed. At least wasn't when I was there. I can tell you about my history in the United States later. I'm gonna give you a bunch of compliments. I love them so much. But to be serious, to try to get help today, this is what I discovered about Brazilians, illegal Brazilians, immigrants in the United States. I was living in San Francisco, California, and I had a bunch of good friends in there. I had one friend that he's very strong. He stopped talking to me. He's not calling me anymore. He doesn't have my phone number. So the majority of people back in the day from my past life, they caught this attitude of calling people by the phone. So what I understood is that 10 years ago, I had came back from the United States, but 10 years before that, 20 years ago, I was in the United States. No one ever spoke to me mentally. When I got there, they got me a phone. I used to have a AT&T phone, a regular phone. Then they pushed me to get an iPhone. The people in my circle pushed me to get an iPhone, because what I think is that teenagers, they didn't know much about business and money, so they used me as a guinea pig so that I could run business for them. After they collect all my contacts, my business ideas, how I got in FedEx, how I was getting cars, how I got my motorcycle, how I was getting credit to rent apartment, how my sister bought a house. So people their eyes start becoming so greedy towards me. So after I changed my car I bought a BMW, boom, my life changed so bad. Brazilians start making phone calls towards me in the cyber scams. One day a lady called me and she charged me $800. If I didn't give her $800, she would call the immigration on me. I yelled at her, and then she never called me again. So from there, I started understanding that Brazilians were setting up my life against me. So whatever gym that I tried to join, Brazilians would push me to do something that I either would argue with someone in the gym, or they would create a confrontation in the gym so that I would quit going to the gym. So definitely this lifetime I could not work out, either because maybe some UFC fighter, he was scared of me because he saw I had potential. Maybe those guys, they know that bad boy is a mark, and if what I had in mind, I had a bad boy mark in my mind, and I didn't want to take over the whole thing. I want to enjoy them. I thought I was going to be part of the reality show. I know so much about the history of Gracie family and stuff, but no, what they did is that they start creating stalkers throughout my life with Royce Gracie's DNA appearances. I have nothing against Royce Gracie. For me, he's polite. He always treated me. We don't know each other, but as a professional guy in a professional level, in this other side of the screen, I look at him. I can tell. I can see when a person is decent. Royce Gracie, for me, he's decent. He might fall like so many other guys fall for the temptation of go against me because some prostitute or some low life bitch is manipulating him to start problems with me. But if he was on his own brain and mind, I can say that he's a decent guy. So this is what I think. I think people, they work others credit first when we are young. That's what you did. That's what many of them did. They pushed me, they suggested me so many times to buy clothes when I was in the United States, when I was in San Francisco, which clothes were all stolen by friends and people that I knew back in the day. All my clothes that I bought, I spent so much money in clothes. All the guys, they stole my money, my clothes. I used to go in a club and I used to see Leandro, my friend. He used to come to be my friend. He was with my sweater in the middle of a club. I had to tell him, oh man, take my sweater out and give it to me. One time I chased a guy inside a club because he had my jacket on. A jacket that would disappear and I even noticed, and then someday I would be in a club, he would be wearing my jacket. So Brazilians, they set up my life for failure. And because I never was racist or prejudiced towards a black person or Afro-descendant, the whole society and money flow around me, they always created confrontation between me and a black person, so that I could lose their right hand, the right arm, because somehow everyone around me, they hated me, they envy me, and they want, especially maybe some family too, they hated me, and they pretended to love me, but they hated me. And because I never knew, I never walked around, I didn't know society and people that are fat, or people, I didn't know this classification. Fat people, they were one gathering, black people was another gathering, bald head was another gang. I didn't know you people were gangs. I thought we all as human had the same rights. That's why I used to walk throughout everywhere, any place, any restaurants, any nightclubs. I never look at you, at your color, or anything like this. But you, because you are racist, because you, San Francisco, California, and many other people throughout the world, were you trying to create jobs by using my innocence of not having racism towards any other person, towards their looks or their appearances or their colors or their racist background and stuff. You used me until you create a money flow circle in San Francisco, California. You run me out until I lost all my money in cab driver. You took all my money in rent and food. And many of the people, I saw many times women suggesting me on my back, trying to suggest me to do cigarettes, pot, and alcohol, because that's, you treated a lot of people as we are just like a plastic bag or something that you just throw it away. That's how you treated me. You let Mexican guys sue the state because you tried to deport him. But me, you stole all my assets. You kicked me out of the United States. You kept many Brazilians that are criminals. They're illegal in the United States. They play so many bank fraud crimes throughout the United States. They get loans from banks in the United States. You never busted them. But me, the person that always admired the United States, I love the soil. I love to be around. I loved it. My wife, I thought she was legit. But even her, I think she was a spy from some setup You Got Punk TV show stuff. The way she approached the pool when I was in the pool, the way she rushed to get married to me. I'm trying to do everything right. I didn't get married to her to get green card. I have the proof because everyone pushed me. Why don't you ask her for the green card? Like I said, I never married her for green card. I never wanted green card like this for the first place. I had my tax number ID. I always paid my tax number ID. You have the record. And then a bald guy created a situation with me with Dell computer, which I had a bunch of credit with. My minimal credit with Dell computer was 1,500. I was starting my life journey. I never intended to study about United States and go to any public and claim to be president or unprecedented or have any knowledge whatsoever about United States or any business, because anything I got from United States was a gift. I started understanding as I was living in there, people pushing me around, charging me even to translate things for me in the bank. Brazilians trying to sell me the furniture from a landlord, which the furniture doesn't belong to them, so they cannot sell it to me. Brazilians were trying to sell me the furniture of a house that they rented out, and they were living behind. Brazilians used to crush my car and leave my car crushed, headed, all destroyed in the garage and take off, not pay me for the rent. You destroyed my life. There's a guy in the United States. He was the worst subject anyone can ever